We had the fortunate opportunity to collaborate with Village HealthWorks, a community-based not-for-profit located on a 40-acre rural, off-the-grid site in the village of Kigutu, Burundi. Together, we designed and built an 18-bed dorm for medical staff, a building where we explored the romance between East African elemental aesthetics and inventive off-the-grid sustainability. Currently rebuilding after many years of civil strife, we hope that this housing will create a model for the sustainable future of both the community and the country. When we began exploring architectural solutions, questions about sustainability, landscape, collaboration, context, transfer of knowledge, and community building all came into play. Our quest then became how to find answers that would be valid in a cultural environment. So our research became a series of hybrid conversations in which we both participated and observed. These included observations of the local conversation, the global conversation, the sustainable conversation, and the aesthetic conversation, where we began to understand that the vibrancy of the elemental East African aesthetic was inextricably tied to the symbiotic relationship between two critical indigenous elements: the patterns of craft inherent within the local built form and the exquisite Burundian landscape. If we then incorporated them into our design, our dormitory would also have the potential to be integrally interwoven within the Kigutu community. Embedded in the rural, off-the-grid Kigutu mountainside, our design for the staff housing literally grows out of the landscape. Cutting a skewed line in the terrain, the dormitory is sited partially below grade to capture breathtaking mountain views. Early on in the design process, we realized that porches, places that seamlessly connect inside and out, were elemental spaces that personify the porosity of the Kigutu way of life. Consequently, they became the design armature for the project. Why porches? Porches are places where conversation creates social fabric and encourage communal culture. The private sleeping rooms, each with its own vivid entry porch, echoes the semi-permeable sensibility, as do the porches adjoining the public community spaces and those that frame magnificent, unobstructed views of the landscape. Porches are places for creating integrated architectural pattern in both the overall organization of the design of the building, as well as in the smaller architectural moments. The same elemental design moves that establish the aesthetics of the building also advance its sustainability, for porches are places for optimized ventilation. The locations of porches and windows use the stack effect to create three-sided natural ventilation within the bedrooms. Yet, since Kigutu is 100% off the municipal grid, porches were only one part of a multifaceted, low-tech, net zero sustainability strategy. Yet, the greatest efficiency is the human efficiency. The villagers, using local bricks, manually built the housing, eliminating the need for fuel-consuming machines, creating transferable job training skills for members of the community. Our participation in this project involved a reciprocal exchange of information. We studied Burundian masonry building techniques. We then incorporated a strengthened version of this approach into our design, creating 57 simple-to-read diagrams of structural components. In essence, we amplified the existing local construction know-how to create a more technically savvy, sturdy building. While creating a home for medical staff, we hope that this transfer of knowledge will help to create a sustainable community transformation, generating jobs and skill sets going forward.